Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage. It's late at night, it is like 10:45, and I just recently got home from dinner. We had kind of a late night. I finished a review on the range report review on the Smith & Wesson Model 41. I got that cleaned up. I got all that edited. Then we went for a 5-mile bike ride before the sun went down, then for a mile walk with the dogs. And then we went out to eat, so I put all the calories that I burned back in my body. We went and got hot wings at like my favorite bar. And then came home and I cleaned up that Model 41 and decided to make a Texas Gun Vault 2 video. So that's kind of where I'm at in the grand scheme of things here on this Friday night. So I have some product reviews I want to show you that is in the works, see what you guys think, and if there's any particular order. I know that the product reviews don't always get like the most views or anything, but I like to look at the stuff because, you know, being in the gun culture is not just about guns. You know, it's not just about ammo. It can be about EDC, flashlights, knives, wallets, other accessories for firearms, lights, lasers, holsters, that kind of stuff. You know, it's kind of an all-encompassing thing. And I try to make my channel all of that, you know. So, I don't know. I like making them. People might not watch as much, but it is what it is. But before I show you what I have on the table and get your opinions on it and see what you guys think, I should review first, or what you guys would like to see first. I wanted to talk about another thing to add to my list of my kind of pet peeves, things that get people banned from the channel. I always kind of a joke about this. You know, I got to say, this past week, I really haven't gotten any mean comments. Normally, I get about 5 a week is generally what I get. But this week, I think I got 1 or 2. Nothing like crazy mean. It's been a pretty good week. But somebody on this channel checked a box that I was like, no, I'm not putting up with it. And I know, I have these weird, I tolerate so much. But there's a few things that you can do and say that just drive me up the wall. And depending on how flagrant of a violation it is in my mind, I may ban you, I may not. Okay, I know, that sounds, you know, petty and pedantic. I get it. But we know a few of those. Like, one of those is the whole, go get training thing, or you can call me a Fed, you call me a FUD, that kind of stuff, gone. What else? Oh yeah, if you're mean. Oh, another pet peeve I have of mine is when people talk about me in third person. Like, I read every comment, I respond to almost every comment. Don't talk about me in third person. Just don't do it. But I forgot there was another thing that I have to add to the list that I absolutely hate. And that is something that maybe if you've watched some of my videos on the main channel, I refer to people as, or these people as, clone clowns, okay? And so what a clone clown is somebody that thinks they know a lot about a particular gun. They most likely don't have that gun and have never built a gun, but they know a lot about it because they saw somebody else's video on it. And I appreciate them trying to share the knowledge with me. I really do. And sometimes I will fully admit that the clone rifles I built will not be 100% clone correct. And normally when I make the videos or show them off, I say, hey, this is the closest I can get because this item is no longer made. Whatever it is, or, you know, like for example with my Mark 18 builds, I don't have a full auto M16 lower. Okay, I just don't have that. Okay, I'm not going to drop, you know, $30,000 to get that, to make that clone perfect. Okay, so we're going to go with the semi-auto that has all the right markings on it. And I get the people, that's not right, it's not full auto. It's like, oh my God, I know that, and I say it in the video. And I always want to nitpick it. You know, like with my Mark 18 Mod 1. Nobody, okay, and this is going to sound so arrogant, nobody has a better clone than I do. No, nobody is, or I haven't seen one, okay? But these people will nitpick stuff apart. And somebody got banned on this channel recently because even though I showed off the Mark 12, and I will say in the videos, this is right, this is not, you have to understand, I do my research, okay? I have a doctorate degree, okay? I wrote a doctoral dissertation And I know how to research, okay? It's what I've done. I understand it. And when it comes to something that I'm very passionate about, okay? As you guys probably know, firearms is something that, for whatever reason, I'm just really into. And I learn everything there is to know about it. Not just what I hear. I will read, I will research, I will look back and see, is the information that is being presented to us in the YouTube videos wrong? It's like the scientific method. You are always trying to test established norms. That's how we grow, right? We all think it works this way, but you're always wanting to question what those established norms are because you might be wrong. It's why we call things theories, the theory of this, theory of that, because, like, for example, the theory of gravity has changed over time. We had Newtonian physics, right? And that explained everything in the world that we could possibly observe, okay? Until it came to the orbit of Mercury, okay? There was, issues when it came to the orbit of Mercury that we could not account for. And Newtonian physics just didn't work, okay? It broke down. And it wasn't until Einstein looked at Newtonian physics and said, it's wrong, and published his paper, and then people were able to not just mathematically prove it, okay? They were able to, through observations, prove that Newtonian physics was incomplete. It wasn't right. And today there are people that are trying to disprove the theory of general relativity because it doesn't adequately explain everything that we can observe in the universe. But you guys get what I'm saying. So we just don't say it is this way, that's it, and it's set in stone forever. The same thing goes with knowledge about firearms. And so when it comes to a clone build, I will research it and I will look at every single part. I mean, every single part. And sometimes I will make decisions based off of either cost, or I'll make decisions based off of part availability, or what is practical, or based off of what I want the build to be. There are some that I try to make absolutely perfect. And there are some that I'm like, it's clone inspired. It's kind of close. It looks the part, but I fully admit, I fully tell people, it's not clone correct. It's close, okay? We're going for the look here, or the performance here, or the philosophy of use here. But anyway, I know this is turning into a long story. I had somebody on one of my Mark 12 builds where I'm just kind of showing them off here on this channel, because I haven't done a proper Mark 12 Mod 0 and Mod 1 video for the main channel. I need to do that. Somebody looked at my Mod 0, and said, that handguard's wrong. That's a Gen 3. They use Gen 2s. Okay, I know it's a Gen 3. And guess what? I know that many of the pictures you'll see of the Mod Zeros use the Gen 2 handguard. I get it. I get it. Most of them had that. However, they did use the Gen 3s when they came out. And there was a practical reason for that, and it had to do with the attachment points on the rifle and making them more sturdy. And I have pictures to verify that they used the Gen 3 rails, not just the Gen 2 rails. But I guarantee you, the person that said that, and it's not like they're nice about it. They're just, instead of saying, hey, I see you have this or this rail, I think the originals were the Gen 2s. Go check this out, blah, blah, blah. They don't do it that way. They come from a position of authority. And I guess from one of those things, it just drives me bonkers. It just I don't know, it just flips that switch in my brain. Because if there's one thing I know, it's my guns. I know my guns inside and out. And when I do a clone rifle build, I know that clone rifle build. I will research every aspect of that rifle. Every aspect. From the twist rate to the small parts that are being used. It is just something I am passionate about and enjoy. And I'll research how the rifle changed over time. And what would have been acceptable, what would not have been acceptable. Were there deviations in it? Were there variations in it because of whatever reasons, parts availability, practicality when it came to the military armors and that kind of stuff? I'm always learning, and I'm willing to learn. But there's a few things that I know for sure. And this guy was like, you have it wrong. Your rifle's completely wrong. No, it's actually right. It's a late Mod Zero. It's not an early Mod Zero clone. It's a late Mod Zero clone. But because they probably have somebody that they watch on YouTube, saw one thing, they know that one little piece of information, and they're 100% certain, I didn't even deal with them, bam. So I need to add that. Don't talk about me in third person. Don't call me a FUD. Don't call me a Fed. What else? Oh, don't tell me to go get more training. And don't tell me that my clone rifle, or don't tell me what's wrong with my clone rifle builds, because I know exactly what's wrong with them. Because they'll never be perfect, okay? And I know. Don't tell me. Or if you do tell me, make it and phrase it in a way where it's like educational. Hey, I see you have this. I think they had this based off of whatever information. What do you think? Okay, I can have a dialogue. Don't come across and tell me I don't know, okay? There's a few things that I just know, and my tolerance for that is just so short. Maybe it is a character flaw that I have. That's it. All right. So let's talk about some product reviews. I have 4 things on the table, 3 that I can show you, 1 that I cannot show you. But let me go over the ones I can show you and see what you guys think. The first thing I have here to review, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to review it, but I like the idea. It's the Vulcan Quick Draw. Now, this is like one of those things for semi-automatic pistols. You can like drill it into like maybe like a panel in your car, in the interior, or maybe like a desk or like a workbench. And essentially there's a rare earth magnet in this thing, so it's really strong, and you can put the slide of the gun in here, and it's designed where you can essentially rack the gun if you need to, push down, or you can just kind of pull it out. It's kind of cool for like, desk concealment, I guess you could say, or maybe in your car. I don't know how I want to review this. I don't know if I want to drill holes in my car, especially if I don't like it. So I may try it here on the workbench, but I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to mount it. But it would be nice to have it out here somewhere. But then the places I would want to have it would not be conducive for me making a video. So I don't know. I'll have to figure something out with this. But this is the Vulcan Quick Draw. It definitely seems like a good product. I know the owner of the company, and he sent me some of those all-weather bags. And those turned out to be really good, those cases for guns. So I'm 100% sure this thing is going to be nice. The next thing I have is another flashlight. I know some of you guys are like, oh, flashlights. I like the flashlight stuff. But this is supposed to have 3,000 lumens, and it's the EDC-25 Ultra Slim Tactical EDC flashlight from Nitecore. And Nitecore, I think, is trying to compete with Olight. I think that's who their main competitor is. They're trying to be better than like your typical like Amazon brands, which some of those Amazon brands are actually pretty good. Like you guys know, I like ThruNite. They just work. But they're trying to I think compete with Olight with their price points and their innovation. So I have this to do. The flashlight reviews are kind of easy to do for me because I have my kind of set plan of what I do, and I can get them done in about, from time I decide to film to get it all edited, an hour and 15 minutes. So that's all it takes there. But that's definitely different than your standard flashlight stuff. And then I have this bag from, it's called 3 Pigeons. I know it's not a very good name, but this actually is something that I'm really excited to review. And it's I'm not going to open the bag itself, but I'll show you what it is. It's a backpack gun range bag in here. So of course I got the flat dark earth, but it looks like it's well built. I'm pretty sure this thing is, sure it's made in China. Most of the stuff is. I'm looking around here, but it is a bag. It's not like, oh, it's. But all my other range bag stuff is made in China, or all the stuff you buy. It's all made there. It's all made there. But it looks like it's a pretty good bag. There's like pullouts in this thing. It is branded 3 Pigeons, which actually their logo's not too bad. They have a good website. It's a backpack and a range bag. It has plenty of pockets and stuff for all the stuff you want to take to the range. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. I kind of wish I would have gotten an opportunity to review this before I bought the other range bag I recently did, which I'm not 100% happy with. I should probably do a follow-up video on that because that's a product that I bought, and I'm like, but this one here might be the winner, but who knows? So I have that to review. Also, something kind of fun and cute is inside the box. They're like, hey, we're going to give you targets. I don't know if you want to use those, but inside you can cut up the box and use those for targets. So it's kind of a nice way to recycle those. But that's cute. So those are the 3 things I could show you. So which one do you guys want me to do first? I got to get them all done. Oh, wait. I think I told you. Did I tell you about the scope? I think I told you about the scope I'm doing, right? I think I did. Anyway, Pinty. It's a cheap scope, but it actually might be a good scope. I have that one that's in process. I've already done like the unboxing and the mounting. I just got to get it to the range and review it and just get some range footage. And I got these 3 things. And then finally, I can't show it to you here, but it's a new red dot sight. I think I hinted at it recently, but it's a new red dot sight from a company some people love to hate, but it looks like it's actually going to be pretty darn good. I'm kind of excited about it. I haven't opened the box yet, but looking at the box and how it's packaged, and it has a couple of interesting features that no other red dot has. But that one is under an embargo. Okay, so I agreed to review it and agreed to the embargo. Okay, so a lot of times, you guys know I don't like it when people do that, other gun reviewers, when all the guns come out on the same day. But I told you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to release the video on the day you can release the video. I'm going to wait a week or so and let all the hype die down, and then you guys can see my opinion. I kind of feel like that's a little bit better. It doesn't come across as being a shill or whatever. And you guys know, in fact, I've pissed off companies in the past that will send me something and they don't like what I say. Because sometimes their products are a piece of junk. But I'll tell them. I'll tell them. And I've pissed off some people that no longer work with me because I'm like, your scope or whatever sucks. I mean, I have some back here. Let's see. Wait. Let me find one here. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Now, I have had a mixed reaction with the SV Bonnie little scopes. Some of their like scopes that are in the $150 to $200 range are actually pretty darn good. But this was supposed to be a tactical, like ACOG kind of scope thing. It's essentially one step above an airsoft optic. Well, okay, it's probably not above an airsoft optic. It is below an airsoft. This thing is cheap, falls apart, it's terrible. I made a review, and they asked me to take it down, and I said no. I said, people need to know the truth when they're buying a product like this. And they've never contacted me since. So, yeah. That's the way that goes. I think that's all I really had for you tonight. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, yeah. There is something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. The YouTube algorithm and stuff. Because I've been hearing some gun content creators and some other long-form content creators like myself talking about the loss of viewership, subscriptions, and revenue. And a lot of people have been saying it's because YouTube has changed or is going after content that they don't like, whether that be political or whatever. Firearms, whatever. I saw a video today from one of my favorites. This is kind of coming full circle back to what I was talking about earlier with physics. It's a YouTube channel called Astrum. And the only thing they do is space documentaries. That's it. They don't do anything political. It's literally space documentaries on like it could be on like exoplanets or the concept of exomoons or planetary nebula or what the nature of dark energy or dark matter is or the Hubble constant or whatever. It is dry. That is just what it is. Okay. It is dry physics, space stuff. Like, it is non-controversial. It is about as G-rated as it goes. And the person that runs that channel made a video recently talking about how all of his viewership and stuff has gone down dramatically. And he's needing people to do Patreon support or to support him through Patreon, because in order to keep the channel going and all the people he employs, because it's a big channel, he has lots of subscribers. He was talking about how the YouTube algorithm and what YouTube wants their identity to be is to be like a TikTok, where they push all the shorts, just like Facebook does with the Reels. And so that's what they want everything to be. They want everything to be in small chunks, and then allow people to just be able to digest that way, where people will watch a video for 10 seconds and move on to the next thing. They can sell advertisements on it, but they don't have to essentially pay the content creator. So it's more money for them. They don't have to worry about hosting, and then they can manipulate trends. The long form content they can't do that with. And they used to like the long form content. It used to be where if your video wasn't at least 10 minutes long, they couldn't run ads on it, and they wanted long form content. Then they changed the algorithm for that. Now they don't want long form content, but I'm not going to change anything that I do. So I wanted to report to you guys, based off of other non-firearms political channels that I follow, I am discovering that anybody that makes long form content, even if it's boring stuff like mathematics and physics, is being hit a lot and being hit hard. What does that mean in the long run? I don't know. I think it's just YouTube wanting to be something else than what it is. You know, nobody wants to stay in their own lane. For a while, YouTube wanted to be the next Netflix. They did the premium stuff. They wanted a subscription service. They wanted to make their own content. They wanted to stream movies and television. And people like, that's not what we go to YouTube for. We want to see, content creators. And now they essentially push the shorts, and they push like the easily consumed stuff for the younger generation, like what's his name, Mr. Beast or whatever his name is. It does all that stupid, whatever. Like, everyone touches a fancy sports car, and the last person that takes their hand off of it wins the sports car. Kind of junk. They want that type of content that doesn't require a lot of intellectual comprehension. It's just quick, easy to digest stuff. So if you guys start to notice some of your long form content creators start to complain, I don't think it's YouTube going after them because of their speech. I think it's YouTube just trying to become something different. They want to be the next TikTok. That's what they want to be. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you as a content creator and people that are two people that I know consume a lot of YouTube content. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Product reviews. And complaining about people that say stupid crap on my channel, and YouTube algorithm stuff. Man, that was boring, wasn't it? Holy moly. In fact, that's the word of the day. That's the word of the day, and I remembered before almost turning off the camera. So if you watch to the end of my video, and you are a true vault dweller, use the word boring, because I'm boring, and my video tonight was boring, in the comment section, and I know you watched to the end. So let me know what you think about anything I talked about tonight. I always enjoy hearing from you. So, as always, thanks for watching.